Welcome to my Living Dead Zombie Guide. I have written this guide to help the living deal with zombies and understand what the zombie is, and how to protect yourself. Zombies can be animal or human, so-called living dead. It's an organism that's alive, with a desire to feed only. Brain function is focused on feeding. Brain function is abnormal in zombies. Many cases of humans on drugs have exhibited this type of zombie state. Recent case in Florida of a man attacked another, chewed his face off. He was on drugs that altered his brain. Many viruses, drugs, and environmental stressors can have this effect. Since the dawn of time there have been reports of zombies. Haitian zombies, also voodoo religion. Haiti has widespread belief in zombies. African cultures are full of magic and witchcraft, in which zombies exist. Today's popular fiction shows Night of the Living Dead and how to kill a zombie. But is it fiction? There have been many cases of humans and animals attacking humans, in altered states. Brain controls everything and anything that affects it is of concern. Really, a zombie is a living dead organism with desire to live and eat with diminished brain function. Living dead organisms are called zombies. The world is complex. We see new infections and viruses since people are living longer and travel more. Disruptions of areas of the world, jungles, rainforests and other areas that were undiscovered by man, are today being torn down and cut down, exposing new dangers to the world and mankind. These disruptions to the environment bring about new unknown exposure to the population. They can be in many forms, since there are bacteria and viruses that have been hidden for thousands of years. Also, mankind does research many times in secret projects. It only takes one mistake. Don't say it can't happen. The brain. The brain is the control center of all life. Our brain controls how we feel, think and what we do. So a healthy brain would be a good idea, right? Yes, if for some reason an infection happens and the brain gets infected by a virus or some type chemical, what then? Well, our brain might not function correctly. What about a third world country releasing a virus, or worse, dropping something into the water supply? Since 95% of the country uses tap water, it would be an easy delivery system. Also, our food system, we have many issues with medications and other chemicals that have been found in it. The brain is the starting point since it makes us do what is wrong or right. The zombies are driven by an unstoppable desire to eat flesh and to continue on. They will continue to feed and come for food without fear. Since they're zombies and their brain is dead, they have no feelings and won't stop. In fact, they will keep coming because of the fact they don't know their brain's dead. The brain controlling them has one desire: to eat. In fact, there have been many cases that humans with alerted brains have committed murders, bloody acts and horrible actions. In this article I will try to help those who might encounter a zombie. This is a book so you can survive. The world is an uncertain rock spinning through space. There are so many things we don't understand. Many drugs and chemicals affect our bodies. With today's push to medicate our country and a youth that's experimenting with drugs most unsafe, along with new bacteria cell research, gene modification, war and the threat of maniac in some country releasing a new bioweapon. The body. Okay, the body. Mass of living cells fed by a heart that pumps blood, right? Yes, a normal person, that is. Zombie's body is almost dead, blood moves through the body but the cells don't react the same. Yes, there's another component gone abnormal: body systems. Zombies can take large blood loss, and it's really not going to harm them much. In South Africa there was a voodoo zombie in a small village. The person was in a state like a coma, could walk and move. Like a sleepwalker, but a sleepwalker that was nuts. The zombie state was a result of LSD and other mind drugs. It also had effects on the body. This zombie was strong. Stronger than a person not in that type of state. Body systems go crazy too. In the living dead or zombie. Don't forget many examples of body zombies exist in nature. There are parasites which are nature's zombies. The Costa Rican spider can insert its larvae into a bug and that larvae hatches inside the bug eating it. So in nature there are countless forms of zombies. Zombies suffer very bad eyesight because the eyes are damaged. Also they have myopia, nearsightedness. The hearing is also very bad. This is because of the blood flow in their ears and body. Lack of oxygen causes further damage. A zombie is slowly dying, living dead. This means they're barely alive, but the zombie live for many months if they eat. They require less food. Their chemistry has changed. Changes in the body make zombies smell you better. Like a dog can pick up a scent of humans. Their receptor cells get modified. This makes them able to smell you. The complete zombie goes through a change. Most change occurs within the first 8 hours. By the 4th hour, without warning, the zombie attacks you. They may look fairly normal physically from the surface, so you might not even know. Zombie animals like dogs are even more dangerous, since they're smaller and faster. How zombies hunt? Good question. Yes, zombies normally appear at dusk, the reason being the sun's ultraviolet rays interfere with the zombie's eyes. They still can move about in the daylight, but they are less likely. Only if they are very hungry will they appear in daylight. Yes, and they're always hungry. Also, the more body systems that break down, the more likely they will appear in the daylight. They become less sensitive to sunlight. Since their eyesight sucks, they will use their sense of smell. It's better than a dog's. Lights. Yes, zombies are driven like bugs towards lights. That's why at night they can find you, coupled with their sense of smell. Vibrations. Zombies can sense vibrations better than a human. So add all these senses they have up. You see, it's hard to hide. Zombies travel in packs. Numbers can range from 2 to 10,000. The zombies also will eat each other when food is scarce. Let's say you're hiding in a house at night. Well, a zombie will smell you. This makes them head towards you. Once they get closer, they will see the lights on in the house or the campfire you're holding up at. This drives them closer to you. If there's noise near you, they will further sense the vibrations. This is odd why they can sense vibrations. It's been said they develop a sixth sense that a human doesn't have. Since zombies are slow, you would think you can outrun them. There is some fact to that, but not much. Zombies normally come from multiple directions. They trap you. Like a pack of animals. Zombies normally use a 360-degree pattern, so you might have 300 zombies, 100 in each direction on 4 sides, closing in on you. Zombies will also eat small or large animals. They do not care living or dead things they will eat. When a zombie attacks, they will not stop for anything. You can shoot them, cut an arm off, they will still advance towards you. Zombie weapons. Sword. The sword. So if you're fairly healthy and limber, you can use a sword. I would suggest a good quality sword. I would say a 3-foot-long sword would be just right. You want to be able to cut the zombie's arms, legs or head off. The best, of course, is the head. The sword being longer will allow you to dismember the zombie without being too close. I would further suggest you have on hand a sharpener stone or such to keep it sharp. Also stainless steel or a low rust blade. Blood is water too, it will cause rust. Carbon steel will rust and pit. If the blade isn't attended to, it becomes dull and may not perform to save your life. Swords are close-range weapons and very effective. Practice with sticks in place of the sword. This way you can get used to handling them. Just make sure you use a heavy stick. because you want to develop your muscles to be able to swing it. In the right hands it's a great weapon and quiet. Axe. Axe, yes, it's a great weapon. I would suggest something not too heavy. If you do get a heavy axe, you must be sure you can handle it. Axes that's heavy will slow you down. The axe as a last resort weapon. Some smaller ones work good. The axe also needs to be kept clean, and you should get one with a low rust metal. Carbon steel is what most of them are made out of, and they also pit in rust. A longer handle will allow you to be able to keep your distance. Normally the axe is good for head hits, in the center of the forehead to damage the brain. Fire. Fire, yes, burning a zombie is a great way to kill them. Don't forget that zombies can see a light or fire. If it's at night, burning a zombie may just attract other zombies. They will be able to see the light, but burning will kill them dead. Also, if you're planning on using fire, you can design a flamethrower with gasoline or some sticky material that would stick to them and burn. Fire is always the best way to also dispose of the bodies of zombies, since zombies are infected and can spread their infection. It would depend upon what caused the zombie to become a zombie. Many times it's unknown, the zombies just appear. A few types of flammable fluids to use are 100% diesel, 100% kerosene, 75% gasoline/25% kerosene. Learn how to make a flamethrower, it would be a great weapon. Guns. Guns, well, yes, that's a great weapon. Since the zombies' hearing is poor, they're not too likely to hear the shots. But since they can feel vibrations, they will feel the noise. Normally bigger caliber guns will be best, and headshots or chest shots are best. Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum, Desert Eagle 50 are great. I would say the smallest caliber would be 45 ACP. Rifle also are great: AR-15s, M16s, AK-47s, 30-06, normally most 5.56, 308s and such. High-capacity guns are best. Normally you can get 27-round mags for 45 ACP Glocks and 33 100th round mags for the 9mm Glocks. You also will need to stock up on ammo. The lighter caliber is easier to move while on the run, but it's a trade-off. I would suggest you practice shooting when not in battle with the zombies. Transformation into a zombie. So let's get started. How does a zombie transform from a normal healthy human into a flesh-eating living walking dead zombie? It's pretty easy to understand, and it's a fast, simple process. Normally in under 8 hours the transformation is complete. That's why it's so dangerous. Stage 1: First signs of fever, chills, disorientation and a red rash on the neck. Their body's core temperature gets very high, in some cases over 105 degrees, now normal is 98.6 degrees. Temperatures may reach 108 degrees. They will get incoherent. Normally they're not able to walk or talk, they just lay there moving and making sounds. Internally they're changing, most body organs are being modified. The iris in the eyes will change color to black. Many times you may not notice the eyes because they keep them closed a lot during this phase. But simply opening the eyelid would identify this. Stage 2. The core temperature will start to go very low, and fast core temperatures will reach about 80 degrees. While the core temperature gets lower, other internal changes will occur. They will emit a stink or odor that's like a sulfur smell. Externally the skin will become yellow or milky white. Small sores will begin to form on the surface of the skin, that will start to leak blood. The whites of the eyes will become reddish from their blood vessels leaking blood and bloodshot. Hair will start also to fall out. The above transformation is for biological causes. There is one more cause which is chemical and not biological. Chemical causes are faster and harder to detect. Many times the person will have less symptoms. In chemical causes the brain may only be affected. Many drugs can induce chemical zombieism. Signs of zombieism. Zombies are undead. Some causes are airborne, waterborne, some infections you can get from touching surface that is infected. So let's identify some signs of zombie infections. Fever. Fever followed by extreme low temperature. Body temperature goes high, maybe up to 105 plus, then drops below 70. Core temperature is low because the undead and metabolism slows. Skin. Pale clammy skin, pale yellow to chalk white color. This is caused by loss of function of sweat glands and pigment changes in the skin. Disorientation. They become unresponsive to your voice or commands due to brain function damage. Bleeding. They may bleed from eyes, nose, mouth and other areas and develop deep sores on their skin. Smell. They smell like rotting trash. That's because the decomposing and bacteria is growing in the dead flesh. Hunger. They're hungry, they have a desire to eat flesh and blood, they will eat any human or animal. UV light. They tend to avoid sunshine or UV light. UV light irritates their modified retinas. Retinas become sensitive for unknown reason. They will venture out in daylight more any the process proceeds. Strength. For some reason they become stronger because they are focused eating only. Chills. Uncontrollable chills, the body fighting the change, the body's defenses are breaking down. Supplies. Okay, so it's a good idea to have a zombie kit. That would include supplies, defensive items, maybe food and things you need. I would suggest a nice backpack with supplies. So let's give you a short list of some supplies. The amount of supplies would also depend if you're mobile or hiding out in a shelter. And how many people with you. A bucket list of items would be as follows. This is just a short list, your needs will vary. Be ready before it's too late. Guns, ammo, food, various. Water, perfume, flashlights, solar, etc. Medical kit, antiseptics, swords, rope. Two-way radio, all-band radio, CB/ham radio, car, truck. Fire, flamethrower, first aid kit, medicines, crossbow. The zombie versus human battle. Where will the battle begin? Where will it end? Will it begin in the small home in the breadbasket of the Midwest? Will it begin in the busy overpopulated streets of our city? Or better still, will the battle begin in some research lab, in which an employee drops a glass test tube releasing a genetically modified organism? Will it begin in a faraway country where they cut down trees or disturb a jungle in which a parasite was sleeping or living in harmony with nature that now is released into the population? Will it begin from a faraway country with a dictator who wants destruction? The truth is nobody knows. But for one thing it will happen. In fact, in small pockets it's happening now. I wonder how much we don't know or how much information is hidden from us. We must educate ourselves, study, look and be ready for the time it happens to you. We are living longer and with that we are encountering diseases and organisms we never have before. With longer life come more chances of encounters with parasites and mutations. My mission is help the living prepare. The facts speak for themselves. I hope this has been an enlightened reading.